Okay, hello. So today I will show you how to choose the correct probe. So for those who don't know what is probe basically the device that connect to your oscilloscope to measure the voltage and current. Okay, so you need to know several things. Okay, so usually in the lab you can see this thing. Okay, so this is voltage probe. Okay, so when it comes to voltage probe, you can use that in electronic, but in power electronic you cannot use differential probe. Okay, so you have to choose you cannot use the voltage probe. This one is voltage probe. You have to use differential probe. Okay, the reason why, because in power electronic you have multiple ground. Okay, you have ground for your controller, you have ground for your gate drive, you have ground to the power converter. So basically you cannot use this one. This one has same ground. If you use this, you can damage the oscilloscope, which is very expensive. Okay, 20k. Okay, you have to pay for that. Okay, I think. Okay, so make sure when it comes to power electronic, don't use voltage probe. This one is voltage probe. You can know because it's very small. Okay, nothing, just connection and the probe itself. You have to use this one, differential probe. Usually it has on and off switch, and you have battery. Actually there is battery or power supply, depend, but for this one I use battery. Okay, so usually have switch and so on, and also they will write differential probe. So the advantage of differential probe, it has different ground from the oscilloscope. Okay, so you can see here this is ground for oscilloscope. If you use differential probe, all of these have same ground. Okay, and it can short circuit your circuit and also oscilloscope, so avoid that. Okay, I repeat that, avoid using voltage probe, use differential probe. Okay, so you have to choose the differential probe, make sure the voltage rating is correct. Okay, for this case you have two choice, either 140 volt or 1400 volt. You can switch it here. Okay, make sure you use lower than that. So for example, if you are measuring 100, so you use the lower one. If not, it's not accurate. Okay, so if you use higher than 140 volt, you use the top one. Okay, so that is how you choose. And also you have to be careful. Okay, so this is oscilloscope, you can see here. Okay, and this one is called BNC. Okay, so if you google BNC connector, okay, this is BNC connector. So when it comes to oscilloscope, you have to make sure both are compatible. Okay, so you can see here this differential probe use BNC, and this one also needs to have BNC. Okay, so it's only compatible with BNC, same as this one, also BNC. Okay, make sure of that. Okay, so if your oscilloscope have a specialized something like this, okay, this one you can see here there is a additional connector here. Okay, so this one is specialized. Okay, so for this one, okay, if you find this kind of scope, you can see here there are BNC and also there are pin here. This one can only be used with this one. It cannot be used with this one because you can see there is no connector. So avoid using this probe. Okay, if your oscilloscope is low price, okay, this one low end, okay, so it doesn't have the supply or the digital pin. Okay, so for this case you have to make sure that the pin is the same, BNC only. So that is how you choose the oscilloscope. Okay, and also you have to look at the frequency. So this one is 25 megahertz. I think no problem. Usually if you are using PWM 25 kilo megahertz 35 megahertz should be okay. So sometimes okay, for this one if not mistaken 100 only, okay, 100 kilohertz. So if more than that it cannot detect. Okay, so this one is current probe. Okay, so you can see this is current probe. Okay, so this one to adjust the error if not mistaken. Okay, and this is the probe itself, and there are direction here. Okay, so positive to negative, so basically current move here to here, and you can clamp the current. This one connected in series, this one connected in parallel. Okay, so make sure for the first one, make sure the rating is correct, make sure the frequency is correct, and make sure the connector is correct, okay, based on the oscilloscope. Okay, so after this I will show you how to connect the circuit. Okay, so you can see here this is the power supply, positive, negative, middle don't use, this is ground, this is negative. Okay, positive and negative. So this one goes into the load and goes back into here. So for the current probe, you can see here how to connect. Look at the direction here, this one, okay, positive to negative. So because this is positive, goes from source to load, so the current should be goes here. Okay, so follow the direction and then just clamp this. Okay, you just press this and clamp the wire. Okay, make sure the wire go in. Okay, and for the differential probe, okay, this one, okay, positive of course goes, the red one always positive, the black one is always negative. Okay, make sure you follow this. Okay, so that is how you connect. So differential probe you usually in parallel, current is always in series. Okay, so that's it, how to connect the probe and how to choose the probe.